Hi, I'm Rick Naqvi. We're here at the 2009 Infocom show, and we're showing the new Studiolive 1642 daisy chained. This is the new transition piece that actually physically locks the two boards together, and it allows you to create an expandable solution for mixing and for recording. If you come over here and look in the system menu, each board is assigned a link ID. So whatever board is going to be the master console is link ID 1, and then over here the slave board is going to be link ID 2. What that means is the master console, of course, the master fader will be active. On the slave board, the master fader will be inactive. It doesn't work anymore. Now, with regards to subgroups, you have two choices. So if you come and look at the menu, we have this thing called Subgroup Merge. And if Subgroup Merge is in the on position, then what happens is all 32 channels are merged to the 4 subgroups of the master board. Okay. However, if Subgroup Merge is off, then the way that it works is these 4 subgroups are for the 16 channels of the slave board, and then these subgroups are for the 16 channels of the master board, but all 8 subgroups feed into the master fader. So that kind of gives you a pseudo 8-bus kind of a vibe, and it's great because you can then mix the show on 9 faders essentially. Let me just show you a couple of other things on how the two boards behave when you're daisy chaining. So literally they act like one big board. If I select an aux up here, an aux send, you can see very clearly on both boards that they're totally linked. If I select aux 2 here, it selects it on the master board. If I select aux 6 on the master board, it selects it over here. Your 2 fat channels do remain independent, so I can actually be looking at 2 channels on each board independently. So if I select channel 1 over here, here's the fat channel settings, and then if I select channel 14 over here, I can have 2 separate fat channels up at the same time. With regards to the other buses, like the solo bus and that kind of a thing, they're totally joined over. If I'm in solo in place mode and I solo a channel on the board, you can see all 32 channels, all the remaining 31 channels are muted. So that's how that works. And same thing with my copy and load function. So, ordinarily on a Studiolive, if my lead vocal is on channel 10 and I want to copy it over to a couple of other vocalists, let's say on 14, 15, and 16, I just hit copy and I go 14, 15, 16, load. Now I've made an identical copy. But with the new firmware and with the new daisy chaining feature, I can copy channel 10 of the slave board and paste it over to 14, 15, 16 of the master board. So you can copy across channels. You can also load fat channel settings, from onto each board very easily. So it's a really full function. It acts like a big 32 channel console. Now, the limit to how many Studiolives can be daisy chained, you can daisy chain 2 boards if you want to use the Firewire connection also to record. If you're not going to be using the Firewire to record, you can actually daisy chain up to 4 Studiolives together, giving you 64 simultaneous inputs. So a 64 channel digital console for $8 grand street price. It's rocking. Something else that's cool is we have a new flight case that's going to be made for us by Grundorf. And look at the cute little doghouse. Isn't that nice? So you can basically have all of your connections in the back hooked up, and you can use a disconnect for your snake and basically have everything patched in for you. And this comes in a 16 channel or 32 channel configuration with and without wheels, your option. So that's what's new. Thank you guys for listening.